Hi golfers, Nick here from American Golf. I'm down at the Throw It store today, and today I'm reviewing the King Cobra Utility iron. So this has been out a little while, but it's the first time I've actually got my hands on one. This utility iron from Cobra is the first adjustable utility iron. It's got the MyFly settings on the back here, so you can adjust it from 18 to 21. So it's basically, you can play as a 2 iron or a 3 iron. The club I've got today, I'm actually going to hit it in the 18-degree setting, so like the 2 iron setting. I've got KBS Tour C-Taper light 110 gram stiff shaft. So I'm going to hit it in that shaft. I'm going to hit 5 normal shots to start with, so hopefully 5 draws, and then I'm going to try and shape it as well. So I'm going to hit 3 fades, see how easy it is to shape this golf ball. I'll be interested to see how long this is. I do use a utility iron myself, not Cobra, but I'll be interested to see how this performs. It looks good, so I'm going to hit a few shots now on GC2 using Strixon golf balls and see if we can get some real data. I'm going to sit down afterwards, take a look at my opinion on the club, the looks, the feel, and the performance. And then take a look at those shots that I've hit and give you some feedback on some of the data. Okay, so I've set the green at 240, so it'd be interesting to see if I can get some onto the green. So 18 degrees, looks very nice behind the ball. I do like the look of it, so let's see how it performs. Not bad, I didn't quite strike that great, so it's only gone sort of 220, so slightly out the toe that one. Bit better, nice flight, it's really powerful, should get to the green now. Yeah, so pitch just short of 220, so a little bit of run, getting up to 250. So I imagine in the summer this would be a great club to take off some of those short par 4s. Okay, that's a little bit off the bottom that. Again, it's just dropped off. 200-yard carry. So I didn't hit that great, but it's still okay. Right, I nailed that. I couldn't hit that any better. Yeah, it's carried all the way to the front. Wow. So that's really powerful. When you catch it, it really goes. 253. Obviously quite a bit of run there, but let's go one more. Yeah, hit that good. Really powerful flight, really strong flight. Definitely thinking about putting this in my bag. Okay, so 3 sort of normal shots there. Sort of averaging about 230, yeah, 234. So let's try and hit 3 fades. All I'm doing here is changing ball position. Handles a bit lower as well. Hands a little bit lower, but I'm sort of aiming the same, swinging it the same. Okay, felt really good. See, slightly higher flight with a fade, but it's got out there. That felt really good. Almost to the front edge with fade, pretty good. 2 more. Slightly out the toe, so it wanted to fade that, it's fading a little bit, just slightly out the toe. So it went pretty straight, bit of a pull that. Okay, 1 more. Yeah, pretty good. So as you can see there, it looks like this club, you can shape it if you need to, and it's still really powerful. So let's sit down now and take a look at some of those numbers. So you've seen me hit 8 shots there on GC2. The first 5 shots I tried to hit as normal as possible. Just looking at the data, certainly the miss hits did drop off a little bit. So I had 2 shots there at the first 5, which only carried about 200 yards. But on average, it was sort of carrying about 215, something like that. So even with miss hits, it's still getting out there. Not as good as you expect, but obviously catching the ball different parts of the face, it's not always going to come off the same. This is set to 18 degrees, so it's not very forgiving, so I'll put it on the least forgiving setting. So even though, especially that third one I hit really off the bottom, it still got out there to 197 carry, 211 total. Not as good as the next shot I hit, which went 223 carry and 252 yards. Obviously, there's quite a lot of run out there. You wouldn't expect that maybe at this time of year in the winter. in the UK, but certainly in carry distances, carrying it over 220 for a 2-iron for me is pretty long. That's definitely a club which I think about putting in the bag. In terms of direction, pretty consistent. I think the wildest shot I hit was one I tried to fade at the end there. I just caught it slightly out of tone. It stayed pretty straight, a bit more of a pull. But when you do catch it out the middle, it feels so good off the face. I have to tell you, it feels so solid. It feels powerful. For an iron, to get one of those shots up to 140 miles an hour ball speed for an iron is really high. So I think it's a great club, and you can shape it as well. You can see there, those 2 fades out of the 3 were really good. They still managed to get sort of the distance. One of them sort of carried about 210, 208, just below probably the average with the draw setting. But on average, out of those 8 shots, 230 yards, 210 yards carry with some miss hits in there. Really impressive golf club. So I'm going to give you sort of my ratings now. So looks and feel for a utility iron, I think it looks really good, and the feel is fantastic. I'm going to have to give this 9 out of 10 for looks and feel. I was really impressed with it. In terms of performance, again, really good. You can see you can shape the ball. It's really powerful for a 2-iron to go 250 yards for me is huge, really. So performance, 8 out of 10. There was a couple of drop-offs with the miss hits, which was down to me, but it did drop off a little bit. So 8 out of 10 for performance. So the final category is price, and at $149 for this utility iron, it's very reasonable. If you compare this to like the Ping crossover or the Titleist MB, you're looking at more like £180 to £200. So price point on this is really good, $149.99. So 8 out of 10 for price for the King Cobra utility iron. Fantastic club. So I've graded them on those 3 categories, and altogether it scores 25 out of 30. So fantastic performance there from the King Cobra utility iron. I was really impressed with that. Definitely thinking about putting this in my bag. So golfers, if you'd like to try this out, come down to any American Golf and we'll be happy to help you out.